Welcome to the Numerology and Astrology for June 22nd, 2020. If you add all of those numbers together, you get the number 14. And if you add the 1 and the 4 together, you get the number 5. So the number 5 is an earth energy number. It is a number about healing and positive change related to your physical body. And so it's about taking care of yourself and exercising and getting enough supplements and things like that. And, I actually decided to shift some of my supplements around today because of that. And I suggest you do the same, like maybe take some different vitamins that you haven't taken before and see if you feel better. Okay. So the number 5, do you know the place inside that lives in the places of raw but very real passion? The number 5 is all about that. It asks you to dive deep into the reason you opted to do this experience here on Earth. I know what the attraction is to this place. It holds an experience of physicality and passion that is unmatched in the universe. I believe that this planet is a library planet. That is the best of the best were sent from all the dimensions and galaxies to bring their wisdom here and to store that information on Earth so that it could become a fully integrated embodiment of the greatest truths and wisdoms in the galaxy. The problem is that some got here and as they tried to integrate into this density, they believed that their truths and wisdoms that they hold from their home are the only ones. Then the war started, and different groups banded together against other groups, and the conflicts have waged ever since. Is it possible that we could, as people, decide that everyone holds truth and learn to respect the innate truths within all living beings? Because I believe that all things alive on this world hold wisdom and truth, not just humanity. That is what makes this world an experience and expression of passion. There are so many various expressions and experiences of life here. So much variety, endless ways of seeing and experiencing this reality. What can you do today to dive into expanding your understanding and experience? What can you do to learn from others? It is time to expand your repertoire. The astrology today. The Cancer moon continues to support you finding what is the center of your world and existence. Family is everything, and it shows us where we come from and what we are here to overcome. Cancer is one of the most intuitive signs in the zodiac, and as such, it wants you to feel rather than think. The path ahead is not one you have traversed before, and because of that, you are in unfamiliar territory on many levels. In such moments, you have to rely on your deeper, intuitive knowing rather than giving the mind all the power over your soul. The moon opposes Jupiter and Pluto, bringing the tension back up to a fevered pitch. Real truth and etiquette demands those that cause such suffering to have consequences for their lack of care and selfish actions. Neptune is preparing to turn retrograde and will stay there until November 28th. Yes, that is a long haul, and it will make confusing situations more confusing. You will notice those with evil in their hearts doing subversive and terrible things in order to maintain control during that time. Many will suffer, and you will have to emotionally prepare to be shocked at the lengths certain people will go to not lose power. While it might be highly confusing, it is also a moment when you can see past those spells and the powerful are using to manipulate and control the populace. That in of itself is a huge breakthrough. You are going to discover wonderful things about who you really are if you are willing to embrace what the universe is offering. Okay, so I got sidetracked today and I didn't do a quote. What happened was that one of the newspapers actually asked me to do a 300-word thing about the birthday of the 4th of July in America and what's happening and what's coming up. And as you can already tell if you've been hanging out with me, I tend to be incredibly verbose, and 300 words is like not enough. So I started diving into this thing and ended up with this massive, 4-page thing that I am going to put up in snippets. And so I decided that I would put the first part of it up, which was the numerology actually for the birth date of the United States of America, which is July 4th, 1776. This gives this country a soul number of 4, a karma number of 7, a gift number of 4, a path number of 3, a destiny number of 5, and from July 4th, 2020 till July 4th, 2021, it gives us a year number of 6. So obviously that is gobbledygook to a lot of people. So let's break this down. So the numerology of the date of birth of the United States is interesting to me. So the gift number of this country is a 4, and it is all about neutrality, peace, harmony, and balance. Needless to say, that gift is being tested. Can we manage to find and reclaim a balance in this country? That is the big question. More important is that we have to base our choices and decisions as a government and as a country on what is fair. All things that separate and divide are going to diminish the greatness of our country's gifts. The soul number is the same as the gift number. And that means that deep in our core, we must learn to communicate through our words, actions, laws, and deeds that we are a country that is based on fairness and justice. We are supposed to be a country that listens to the people and allows in possibilities and options. And we are always searching for finding balance and peace. Our karma number is the number 7, and that is what we came in to work on, and that is boundaries. Finding and establishing appropriate boundaries is not about getting what we want, but about knowing where the line is and when that line has been crossed. In the negative form, this country has at times been pushy and childish. We have pushed our weight around and acted like a bully, and we need to learn that if we become the bully, then others will push back eventually. There is a fine line between having boundaries and being boundaryless. Our definition of laws may or may not work for others. We have to learn to create systems that respect the boundaries of all the people in this country and to respect the boundaries of other countries as well. Our path number is a number 3, and that means that our path as a country is supposed to be one of positivity. We are to be, by nature, a happy country, to exude love and light into the world, to make others smile, and to give hope and the feeling of unlimited potential. But not a false type of smile. A smile that integrates both the light and the dark sides of our nature. The number 3 is about reclaiming authenticity through knowing the self from all sides and all angles. And then our destiny number is the number 5. We were destined to ground into this world a concept for government that was healing and teaching oriented. It was about growth and change. It was about being a support for a confused and shifting world. We were here to help heal this world, not damage it or wound it. Clearly, we have lost touch with this destiny number, and I long for the moment when we are able to reclaim it back. The year 2020 for the United States is the number 6, and that number is about introspection and looking within. Not surprising, Americans are in a timeout because of the COVID-19 illness, and you can see how we are being forced into solitude and quiet to reflect on the choices and actions that have gotten us to this moment. It is about allowing in a new creative flow to come out and manifest in this world. This number is about reclaiming the purity of the soul of this country. That soul has been tainted and stained with too much suffering, anger, and hate, and way too little caring. This number attempts to help us come back to a pure place of true compassion and understanding. Thanks, everybody.